Namaskar Mitro. Today we will discuss about the solution of problems asked in GTU exams related to projections of lines. Question paper June 2019, question number 3A. Data is given like this. The distance between projection line is given as 50 mm. Point P is 10 mm above HP and 20 mm in front of VP. Point Q is 70 mm above HP and 50 mm in front of VP. So this is given data which can be written in brief like this. Now to solve this problem, first of all we draw XY line which represents intersection of HP and VP, and draw projection of point P like this. As it is given that point P is 10 mm above HP, so P dash will be above XY line at a distance of 10 mm, and we can draw locus of point P dash like this. Then it is given that point P is 20 mm in front of VP, hence point P will be below XY line at a distance of 20 mm, that is top view of point P, and we can draw locus of point P like this. Now distance between projection line is given, that is 50 mm. So at a distance of 50 mm from projection line of P, draw another vertical line, that is projection line of point Q, and locate front view and top view of point Q on this projection line. As it is given that it is 70 mm above HP, so Q dash point will be above XY line at a distance of 70 mm, and point Q, that is top view of point Q, will be below XY line at a distance of 50 mm like this, and we can draw locus of point Q as well. Now join P dash with Q dash, that is front view of line PQ, and that length P dash Q dash is equal to 78 mm. This is answer of this problem. Then join P and Q, that is top view of this line PQ, measure its length, so top view is equal to PQ, that is equal to 58 mm. Now draw locuses of point Q dash and Q, then measure this angle of front view with XY line, that is called as alpha, that will be equal to 50 degree, and measure this angle beta, that is angle of top view with XY line, that is equal to 31 degree. Now after drawing this front view and top view, to draw its true length, make this front view parallel to XY line. So for that, take P dash as a center, P dash Q dash as a radius, draw an arc that will cut a locus of P dash at a point Q1 dash. From this point Q1 dash, draw a straight vertical line that will cut locus of point Q at this point, name it as point Q1. Join P with Q1, that is true length of given line PQ, measure at the length PQ1, that is equal to 84 mm in this case. Now we have drawn top view, a true length in top view, measure the angle of true length with XY line in top view, that is called as alpha, that is angle with vertical plane, that is phi. So phi is equal to 21 degree. Now to find out angle of line PQ with horizontal plane, that is theta, what should we do? So for that, make its top view parallel to XY line, means take P as a center, PQ as a radius, draw an arc, mark here point Q2 on locus of point P. From this point Q2, draw a straight vertical line that will cut locus of Q dash at this point, that is point Q2 dash. Join P dash with Q2 dash, that is true length of line PQ in front view, and measure this length. This length must be equal to 84 mm. These both the lengths PQ1 and P dash Q2 dash both should be equal, and in this case it is equal to 84 mm. Now measure this angle, that is called as angle theta, that is called as angle with horizontal plane, theta is equal to 46 degree. So this is the final answer of given problem, which is asked for 7 marks in GTU June 2019 exam. Now check all parameters, 4 lengths that we have drawn, front view, top view and 2 true length, 4 angles alpha, beta, theta, phi, 4 horizontal lines, that is locus of point P dash, P, Q and Q dash, and 4 vertical lines, that is PP dash, QQ dash, Q1, Q1 dash, Q2, Q2 dash. So that is complete solution of problem number problem asked in June 2019. Next problem from June 2019, question 2, asked for 7 marks. The data is given like this. Point A is 12 mm above HP and 20 mm in front of VP. True length of line AB is given, that is 90 mm. Angle with horizontal plane, theta is given as 30 degree. Front view, that is A dash B dash, is given as 65 mm. First of all, let me draw XY line that represents intersection of both the reference planes HP and VP, and mark point A and A dash like this. A dash point will be above XY line at a distance of 12 mm, and top view A is below XY line at a distance of 20 mm. Then locus of draw locuses of point A dash and A, and here angle with HP is given. So always angle with horizontal plane is to be drawn from front view. So from point A dash, draw a line at an angle of 30 degree, and the length of this line is given as 90 mm. So at a distance of 90 mm from point A dash, mark a point, that is point P2 dash. So A dash B2 dash is 90 mm, that is true length, and angle of this true length with XY line is theta, that is given as 30 degree. This is given data. Now draw locus of point B2 dash, that is horizontal line from point B2 dash, and here length of front view is given. That means A dash B dash is given, that is 65 mm, and we know B dash point will be on this line, that is locus of B dash. So take A dash as a center, 65 mm as a radius, draw an arc. That arc will cut locus of B dash at this point. Name this point as point B dash. Join A dash with B dash and name this point as B1 dash, that is on locus of point A dash. Join A dash with B dash, that is front view of line AB, and this angle of A dash B dash with XY line, that is alpha. So write your answer like this: angle between front view and XY line, that alpha is equal to 44 degree. Now to draw next step, draw a vertical line from point B2 dash. Here we can draw vertical line from this point, that will cut locus of point A at this point. Name that point as point P2. Then take A as a center, AB2 as a radius, draw an arc. Now where will be point B? We know front view and top view of every point is on the same vertical line. For example, front view of A dash, that is A dash, and top view of A, that is A, both are on the same vertical line. Similarly, point B will be on this vertical line, that is drawn from point B dash, and we have drawn arc AB2 with A as a center, AB2 as a radius. So both this will meet at this point, that is point B. Join A with B, that is top view of line AB, measure that length, that is equal to 78 mm. Measure this angle of top view with XY line, that is called as beta, and that angle beta will be equal to 53 degree. In this case, you have to measure this angle and write like this. Then draw locus of point B, that is horizontal line from point B. Now what should we do next? Yes, to draw its true length in front view, it's in top view, draw vertical line from point B1 dash, and on locus of point B, mark a point B1. Join A with B1, that is true length, and that must be equal to 90 mm. If that is equal to 90, then our problem is correct. Measure this angle, that is angle of true length with in top view, that is phi, that is true inclination with VP. Phi is equal to 44 degree. Now check whether the problem is correct or not. 4 parameters: front view, top view, true length, 4 angles alpha, beta, theta, phi, 4 horizontal lines A dash A, B dash B, and 4 vertical lines as shown in this diagram. So this is complete solution of this problem that is asked for 7 marks. Next problem from January 2020. Question number 3A. Data is given like this. It can be written like this: point P is 20 mm above HP and 15 mm in front of VP. Length of PQ, that is true length, is given as 60 mm. Angle with vertical plane phi, that is given as 30 degree. And angle of front view with XY line, that is alpha, it is given as 45 degree. And we have to find out angle with VP, theta. These all data can be written in brief like this. Now to solve this problem, as usual, first we draw XY line that represents intersection of HP and VP, and draw position of point P, that is front view and top view of point A, that is P dash will be above XY line at a distance of 20 mm and P will be below XY line at a distance of 15 mm. That is given in first line. Now we can draw locus of point A and A dash. Then here angle with VP, that is given as 30 degree. So always angle with VP is to be drawn from its top view. So from point A we have to draw a line at an angle of 30 degree like this, and the true length is given as 60 mm. So AB1 is equal to 60 mm, that is true length, and angle of this true length with XY line, that is angle with VP, that is given as 30 degree. So till now we have drawn these first 2 lines of given problem. Now we can, what should we do? Whatever we can do, that we should proceed further. From point B1 we can draw locus of point B like this, and we can draw vertical line from point B1. And here another point is there on locus of A dash, that is point B1 dash. So A dash B1 dash is obviously length of front view, right? Because we draw arc to find out point B1 dash. Then here angle of front view with XY line is given, that is alpha is 45 degree. So from point A dash draw a line at an angle of 45 degree, that is given in this data. So B dash point will be on this line, which is drawn at an angle of 45 degree, and A dash B1 dash is equal to A dash B dash. So for that, take A dash as a center, A dash B1 dash is a radius, draw an arc that will cut this 45 degree line at one point, that is point B dash. From point B dash measure this length A dash B dash, that is front view, that is equal to 52 mm. Then draw locus of point B dash like this, that is horizontal line from point B dash. Now from point B dash draw a straight vertical line, because we know front view and top view of any point will be on the same vertical line. So B dash point is on this line, so B point will be also on this line, and locus of B is known to us. So both these lines will meet at one point, that is point P. Join A with B, that is top view of line AB, measure that length, and that is equal to 47 mm. And measure angle between top view and XY line, that is called as beta. So angle between top view and XY line beta is equal to 39 degree. Now what should we do to draw its true length in front view? So for that, first of all, make its top view parallel to XY line, means take A as a center, AB as a radius, draw an arc that will cut locus of point A at this point, that is point P2. From point B2 draw a straight vertical line that will cut locus of B dash at this point, that is point B2 dash. Join A dash with B2 dash, that is true length, and that must be equal to 60 millimeter. Measure this angle with XY line, that is called as theta. So true inclination with HP, theta is equal to 38 degree. Now check whether the problem is correct or not. So for that, 4 lengths we have to check: front view, top view, and 2 true length. Yes, they are. 4 angles, alpha, beta, theta, phi. Yes, they are. 4 horizontal lines and 4 vertical lines. All are clearly visible. So this problem is complete solution of given data. Next problem from January 2020, question number 3A. The data can be written in brief like this. Point A is 15 mm below HP and 25 mm behind VP. Point B is 50 mm below HP and 60 mm behind VP. True length of AB is given as 80 mm and the distance between projection lines is 45 mm. So first of all, given data is given as AB2, that is A dash B1 dash, that is equal to 80 mm. Here some conflict in data is there, because true length and distance between projection lines both are not needed. Any one data is wrong. So let me assume true length 80 mm is correct and distance between projection line is 45 mm. That is wrong. So based on that, let me solve this problem. First of all, locate top view and front view of point A and A dash as per given condition. A will be above XY line, A dash will be below XY line, and we can draw locus of both these points. Then what we can do? Read line number 2. Point B is 50 mm below HP and 60 mm behind VP. So we cannot locate point B directly, but we can draw locus of point B dash and locus of point B. Obviously here it is given that point B is 50 mm below HP. So locus of point B dash, that will be below XY line at a distance of 50 mm, that we can draw like this, and point B is 60 mm behind VP. Hence we can draw locus of point B above XY line at a distance of 60 mm like this. We don't know where point B and B dash are, but obviously it will be on this locus line. Now what should we do? Now true length is given, that is AB2 length is given and A dash B1 dash length is given. So take radius is equal to 80 mm, A as a center, draw an arc like this. So mark here point B2. What we have done, take A as a center, 80 mm as a radius, draw an arc. That arc will cut locus of point B at point B2. Join A with B2, and that is true length given as 80 mm. And similarly draw this true length in front view also, means take A dash as a center, 80 mm as a radius, draw an arc. That arc will cut locus of point B dash at this point, that is point B1 dash. Join A dash with B1 dash, that is also true length 80 mm. Then angle, measure the angle of this true length with XY line, that is called as theta. So measure this angle, write answer like this: angle with HP theta is equal to 26 degree, and measure this angle, that is phi. Angle with VP phi, that is also 26 degree. Particularly in this problem, both the values theta and phi are same, but always it is not true. Only in this case both values are same. Now from this true length, draw its top view and front view. So follow the same steps which we followed earlier. From point B2, draw a straight vertical line that will cut locus of A dash at this point, that is point B2 dash. Take A dash, B2 dash is a radius, A dash is a center. Draw an arc that will cut locus of B dash at this point, that is point B dash. Join A dash with B dash, that is front view of line AB. Measure length front view, A dash B dash is equal to 72 mm in this case. Now after drawing front view, how to find out position of its top view? Obviously point B dash is here, So point B will be on the straight vertical line drawn from point B dash. So from point B dash we can draw a line like this and measure this angle of front view with XY line, that is called as alpha. So alpha will be equal to 29 degree. Now from point B dash draw a straight vertical line that will cut locus of B at point B. Join A with B, that is top view, and angle of this top view with XY line, and length of this top view, length of top view AB is equal to 72 millimeter, and angle beta will also be equal to 29 degree. So in this case, length of front view and length of top view both are same, that is 72 millimeter, and angle alpha and beta both are also same. Now check whether the problem is correct or not. So for that, let me take A as a center, AB as a radius, draw an arc that will cut locus of A at this point, that is point B1, and from B1 draw a straight vertical line that will cut B1 dash. If this matches itself, then the problem is correct. And particularly in this problem, B2, B1, B2 dash and B1 dash, all 4 points are on the same vertical line, because the given data is like this. Here height difference is 60 minus 25, so height is 35. Here also 50 minus 15, height is 35. So both are same, hence both are equal triangle, and hence the values are equal. So this is the complete solution of given problem. Next problem from drawing sheet number 4, last problem. Point A is 20 mm below HP and 40 mm behind VP. AB is 75 mm, that is true length. Front view is ZSP dash, that is 65 mm. Top view is 50 mm. These are the given data. First of all, locate position of point A. A dash will be below XY line at a distance of 20 mm, that is locus of A dash, and A will be above XY line at a distance of 40 mm, and we can draw locus of A. Right? Now think about given data. Here true length is given, length of front view and length of top view is given. So what we can draw? We can draw this arc, right? Because length of front view is given, that is 65 mm. So take 65 mm as a radius, A dash as a center, and we can draw arc like this. B dash point will be somewhere on this arc. We don't know where B dash is, but obviously it will be on this arc. Now what we can do? We can mark here point B2 dash, right? Because B2 dash is on the arc drawn from point A dash B dash. Now we can draw straight vertical line from point B2 dash. Yes. Now here true length is given, that is 75 mm. So take A as a center, 75 mm as a radius, draw an arc that will cut vertical line from point B2 dash at this point, that is point B2. Join A with B2, that is true length, that is equal to 75 mm. So whenever length of front view and true length are given, these steps should be followed. First of all, draw arc of given view, that is front view, top view. Then from that point draw a straight vertical line, and we can identify or we can draw its true length. Measure this angle, that angle is phi, because A is top view. So angle of true length in top view with XY line, that is angle phi, and draw locus of point B2, that is locus of point P. Now what should we do? Length of top view is given, that is 50 mm. So take 50 mm as a radius, A as a center, draw an arc. That arc will cut locus of B at this point, that is point B. Right? What we have done? Take 50 mm as a radius, that is given in this data. AB is equal to 50 mm. A as a center, draw an arc, and that arc will cut locus of B at this point, that is point B. Join A with B, that is top view, that is equal to 50 mm, that is given data. Measure this angle, that is angle of top view with XY line, that is called as beta. So write answer like this: angle of top view with XY line beta is equal to 48 degree, and from point B draw a straight vertical line that will cut this arc at this point. Name that point as point B dash. Join A dash with B dash, that is front view, that is given as 65 millimeter, and measure this angle between front view and XY line, that is called as alpha, and alpha is equal to 60 degree in this particular case. Now draw this arc A center, AB as a radius, that will cut locus of A at this point, that is point B1. From point B1 draw a straight vertical line that will cut locus of B dash. This is locus of B dash at this point, that is point B1 dash. Join A dash with B1 dash, that is true length 75 millimeter, and angle between this true length and XY line, that is called as theta. So measure all these angles. Angle with HP, theta is equal to 48 degree. Angle with VP, phi is equal to 30 degree. And this is complete solution of given data. I hope it's clear to you. I hope it is clear to you. Feel free to contact me for any query. Keep watching, keep studying.